Hello sunshines, welcome to Bunnyfish Crafts. I'm Heather, known as Bunnyfish on Instagram and YouTube, and it is the middle of January, which means it's almost time for one of my favorite things. It's not knitting or crochet or sewing related, it is writing related. Don't leave yet though. It's more fun than it sounds. So every February is NaNoWriMo, which is International Correspondence Writing Month, which means postcards, letters, things like that. And much like you've probably heard of NaNoWriMo, which is knit a sweater in a month, or NaNoWriMo, which is, what is that, International Novel Writing Month? Something like that. NaNoWriMo, I mean, that one. Yeah, where you write a novel in a month. It's that same sort of thing. But for NaNoWriMo, you write a handwritten note or letter or postcard or something every day during the month of February, and then deliver it if it's a hand delivery thing, or put it in the post. I would like your help on this one. So I have a handful of pen pals. I have about 6 pen pals, which leaves me with 22 days to fill. And can I probably figure out someone at work who could use just a little handwritten note? Maybe. I mean, 22 is a lot. But I was thinking that I would open it up to you all. How this works is down below there is a link to a Google form, and I will need you to fill that out. So the first question is going to be your mailing address. Please put your name. It doesn't have to be your full name, but put something deliverable. And then after that, it's going to ask if you want a postcard or a card. And then from there, it'll be 2 different streams of questions. So I'm gonna go through postcard first. If I'm sending you a postcard, you can choose, I have a few designs of postcards. So I have Star Wars, I have Paris, I have feminist postcards, I have some Michigan postcards, or you can choose no preference. In the future, if we stay pen pals, I might make you handmade postcards. It's a thing that I do, but for NaNoWriMo, I'm not putting that on myself because I have to do 28 letters or cards. So those will be the options there. There will also be a question asking if you want my return address. You do not have to write me back. But if you want my address to be able to write me back, I'll put it on the postcard. I don't usually write them on postcards, or I don't usually write my address on postcards because it's just a really tiny space. And after that, I will have a space for you to leave your email address if you want, so that you can know that I've written you a postcard, because maybe you want to know, maybe you like to know when to expect things. Especially if I get a lot of responses, it might take some time. I'll talk about that more at the end. But yeah, you can leave your email address, and then I will also leave a space for you to ask an optional question. If you don't ask a question, that's fine. You'll probably just get a "have a great day" sort of note on the back of your postcard, or I can answer a question. I am not guaranteeing that I will answer your question. If I don't want to, I won't, but most knitting related questions, knitting, reading, crocheting, sewing questions, I'm pretty open to answering, and I'm not opposed to answering questions about myself either. But if I feel like it's too personal or something, I will just write "have a nice day" on your postcard. Okay, so that's the postcard question thread. So if you're asking for a card, it'll be a little bit different. And so it'll be, again, it'll ask you postcard, card, you'll pick a card. And for cards, I don't right now know exactly what the options are for cards because I didn't look before I started recording. I know I have pink dogs, and then here's option B, or you can pick no preference and I can just send you whatever. The cards will be a little bit longer, you know, there's a little more space to write inside a card. So you can pick your option for what the card looks like if you want. There's not going to be an option for return address because I'm going to put that on there. Again, you don't have to write me back, but I really like receiving happy mail too. Just, you know, a little note, whatever. I love postcards. I love cards, letters. I love that sort of thing. So if you want to, it'll automatically be on there, so I won't be asking that question. I will put a space for you to leave your email address if you want to know that I've sent you a card, but again, maybe you just want it to be a total surprise, and that's okay. And then if I'm sending you a card, it is not optional to ask a question. You have to ask a question because I'm going to be writing a lot in February. And I start feeling, I know this from personal, like past experience, I start feeling a little bit like a broken record if it's just like, hi, I'm Heather and I'm a mom and this is what I do and I knit. You guys already know that I knit and that I read. So if you want some sort of book recommendation, that would be a great question. If you want to know what my favorite project ever is, if you want to know what the hardest thing has been, if you want the story of my longest languishing whip, you know, anything like that. If you want like random life stuff, you know, you can ask how my day is going. I will absolutely tell you how my day is going if that's what you want to hear about, or something like that. But please drop me a question or a few questions. And if you would like an actual letter versus a card, this is the place to put it. In this question where you, or in this box where you can ask questions, this is where you would specify, hey, I'd actually like a longer letter, you know, and ask me some questions and I will write you a letter. If you're asking for a letter though, please have the intent to write me back. I understand that sometimes life gets in the way and you can't write people back. I got a letter from a pen pal in August 2020 and received the letter and then put it somewhere and forgot and then didn't write them back until July 2022. So I get it. Things come up. Sometimes you misplace the letter, you forget, whatever. But if I'm writing you an actual letter, like more than a page, answering several questions, please intend to write me back. Because again, I like pen pals, I like writing. Do know, though, that March and April I'm really bad at writing back just because that's like, but I usually catch up in the summer. So if I write you and then you write me and I don't respond right away, just know that it'll come in summer. I promise I won't put your thing somewhere, your letter somewhere where I will lose it for 2 years. I promise. Yeah, so I think that's everything that's going to be on that form. I have a lot of fun doing it, and you know, I'll also tell you what my like ideal writing schedule will be, just based on how I know my energy usually flows through the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I can probably write like a card a day. Thursday, Friday, definitely postcard days. And then a letter on Saturday, and then a letter and catch up on Sunday is about what I'm looking at. So we will see. We'll see how many people would like to receive happy mail. Again, if you really don't intend on writing back, probably pick the postcard option. I mean, if you want a card, because maybe you're going through some stuff and you could use a little more stuff, like, I'll write you a card that you don't write me back to. I've done that lots of times in NaCoWriMo, but you know, I like to get the happy mails too. As previously stated, I have about like 20 to 22 days to fill with notes. If the response for this is like overwhelming, I will say that on a regular episode, and I will write everybody. If you send me your address, I will write you. It just might not be during February, but I will write after February. It probably won't be a letter a day, but you know, like I can probably handle 2 letters or like 5 postcards a week after that. You know, if like 100 people were to fill this out. I don't think it'll be that many, but if there is, that's fine, and that's really exciting, and I don't mind buying the postage. So yeah, let me know what you want. And although if there are 100 people who respond, I can't promise that you'll get the postcard or type of card that you have preferred. Sorry. It'll kind of be like first come, first serve. Like first people with addresses in are probably going to be the first people who get written, unless like the first 5 people who send me their addresses want like letters. If that happens, I will likely like mix a few postcards or cards in there. I hope that some of you will join me on this. Again, like no pressure to respond to postcards, and only a little pressure to respond to like actual cards. If you want to, it's fine. You don't have to. Letters though, you have to respond. If I'm gonna write like a 2-page letter, I need to know that you intend to respond on the other side. So yeah, if you want some happy mail, who doesn't want happy mail, right? If you want some happy mail, make sure to fill that out below. And if for some reason you fill it out and it's before February and you change your mind, maybe say you wanted a postcard but now you think you would rather do a letter, go ahead and shoot me a quick email. That will be below the form link. All right, friends, I'm super excited. I love NaNoWriMo. I love getting happy mail. I love getting postcards and cards and letters, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So yeah, let me know if you would like to get a little piece of happy mail from me. And honestly, if a lot of people just want postcards, even if there are more than 20 people who respond, if most of them are postcards, I can probably get that in the month of February. Yeah. But I'm totally cool if you want cards and letters too. Just know that it might take a little bit longer. All right, friends, I am rambling. I'm so excited about NaNoWriMo, and I hope to be writing some of you. Bye for now.